in history. Again, tradition here hosted in the North Shore. Dylan Ward along. Well, I don't know if you heard us during that first section, but just to recap, we welcomed you to the South Hockey Network here at Robert Crown Center in Evanston. Sorry about the few technical difficulties that got us started late. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. All Glenbrook South hockey games are brought to you by Glenview Bank and Trust, our presenting sponsor. We thank them for helping make these broadcasts possible as the Glenbrook South Titans get set to begin play in the O'Grady Cup, the annual Thanksgiving tournament, coming off a big win against Glenbrook North on Wednesday night. But as of late, they have not found much success in this tournament. They're hoping to change that script this year. I'm Dylan Ward. I'm very happy to let all of you fine people know that I have David Ventura up here in the booth with me as he's back home for Thanksgiving break, and I hop on a couple of these tournament games, and you'll be seeing him on the broadcast all throughout winter break as well. So David, welcome back, man. It's always a good time of year when you're back here.
Dylan, good to be back here for a few days. Thanksgiving. Oh, we got the camera on us too. It's one of my first games back, and we got the whole new replay system. Didn't even know half of this existed, to be honest.
So you haven't been watching the games is what you're saying?
I've been studying, right, Mr. Boris? It's exactly what we've been doing. You know, that's what happens when you pick a major, when accounting is not easy, so we'll leave it at that. But this whole new replay system is fantastic, and it's easy to use, thankfully. So
yeah, very easy to use. So David will be on your replay duties. I'm sure if you forget, which I did a lot in my first time, I'll swoop in here to grab a replay. But today's opponent, the Oak Park River Forest Huskies, a former SHL team. They were when you were a senior, David, in the 2021-2022 season. But since then, they have moved to the Illinois West Division. And the Titans, after playing them several times a season, have gone to pretty much not playing them at all. As a matter of fact, this will be their first meeting since over 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see how the Titans fare in this one, especially after that big North-South win. I know when I was playing, you know, that was the year we won that North-South game. And not everyone is mentally there for this game, but we'll see how the Titans fare and try to get out of their division and hopefully move on to some semifinal games.
Well, the hardest task of the division that game will be tomorrow at 2:50. Titans will have a doubleheader today against OPRF and Neutral Blue, as this shot by Ryan Mulvey is saved. JP Rakana, your starting goaltender for Jim Philbin for this morning. And on the other side, it's Henry Gilman for the Oak Park River Forest Huskies. Glenbrook South donning their brand new blue uniforms. It was kind of funny to think that they didn't have a blue uniform in rotation. It was just black, white, and gold. But this blue reminiscent of the old primary home. Look, what a passing play as Stevens tried to get a backhander, but while falling, got it up to Weller, who takes a shot. That one tipped by Gilman. The Titans buzzing early here. Here's Mulvey with a shot. Gobbled up by Gilman. He'll hang on for another save as the Titans are up to 3 shots already, just 30 seconds in.
Yeah, Dylan, really good puck movement by the Titans. Is exactly what you want to see from that first line. Not able to get anything in the back of the net yet, but 30 seconds in, great start for the Titans.
These new uniforms inspired by the 1980 USA Olympic team, of course, the Miracle on Ice. And our annual trip to Jamestown, New York, one of the favorite movies watched by the boys, but here comes OPRF. It's Scott taking a shot, that one wide of Rakana's net to the left. Now Jack Higgins, Luke Fagan, out to Zach Boris. Boris got it out to the neutral zone. Higgins to Lytell near side. Dylan Lytell down the left wing, threw it to the circle, then Boris tried to center it for Higgins. He couldn't find him. As the Huskies cleared out, it goes have something going here. Lytell tried to slide it over, but that one's in the skates of Evan Creedler of the Huskies.
Wouldn't have minded a shot there from Lytell off the pad of the goalie as opposed to trying to force that pass.
will get dumped in here by the Huskies. They'll make a full change. So will the Titans, at least the forwards. The Fagans stay out there. Here's a hit up on the near boards. The puck goes high, gets fought for on the boards, and Jonah Weiss finds it. Here comes Weiss over the line, left side, center to Adams. Nice pass, finds Hoffer. He shoots, and the save made by Gilman. You see Mitchell Adams finally has earned his stripes, so to speak. And the Varsity 2 call-up with Asher Vanderplug's injury. Looks like he's going to be sticking around for a while, as this is probably his 6th, 7th game at this point. The Titans will be guilty of icing, and that stops the clock with 14:58 to go in the first. Maybe that fixed it. Gerard, do you only hear it in one ear? Is that the problem? I know, but are both ears working? Well, I don't really know the answer. Anyway, here comes Adams. Centered, but taken away by the Huskies. And they'll have a 3-on-2 coming the other way. This is Kahn down the left wing side, centered it. McPherson gets taken down. Mulvey behind the net, gives it up. Here's a shot that nearly found the top right corner. But then the save is made by JP as he gets his first save. I'm actually going to go here on our YouTube and see for myself what's going on. And yeah, I see what's going on. It sounds a little choppy, but as soon as I unplugged it and plugged it back in, it seemed to have fixed itself. As Luke Jordan, who will be calling this afternoon's game, letting me know. Really appreciate the feedback, Luke, and maybe doing a little homework and getting ready for the game by watching this game. Up and at 'em at 9:30 in the morning, day after Thanksgiving. You still in a bit of a food coma, David?
Thankfully, I'm not. I don't know if you are, but
a little bit. As Will Fagan back in his own end. Takes a lap behind JP's net. He gets taken down. Her hand goes up before the refs. That's a penalty. What'd you see?
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call there for the refs. Holding behind the net, as we're still fixing some audio issues. You know, Dylan, normally it's me that is the one with the audio issues, but this time it's you. So
yeah. We're doing a hard water. That usually that's a lot of problems. As that is precarious. No tape, just letting it sit there. You guys can't see what we're talking about, but waiting to put the penalty clock on the board. But the Titans will have a power play here. All power plays are sponsored by RSM. And David, in that North-South game, the Titans scored a power play goal that ended the Spartans' streak of 31 for 31 on the PK in the SHL. Let's see if they can make something happen here with a man up for 2 minutes. It looks like they won't put the time on the clock, so they'll just know when it is over. But here's Ben Stevens. He had a wide open net, but he hit the side of the cage. Now Stevens up to Mulvey, left point. Mulvey back to Weller. He takes a shot. That one tipped, goes high and out of play.
Good movement so far by the Titans early on in this penalty kill, or power play rather. I'm sure the Titans are hoping to continue as they move on throughout the power play, which there's a clock. There should be a clock on your screen. There is no clock for us in the rink. So what was the time here?
It looks like they said 2 minutes. They're supposed to put the time remaining. So, or I guess they put 2 minutes as the time of the penalty, but I think they thought that they were putting in how many minutes the penalty was. So, all right, maybe some inexperienced folks down there running the game sheet today, but that's all right. It's only O'Grady Cup. Here's a shot by Pajerski. That one deflected wide by the goaltender Gilman. Now the Titans cycle. Mulvey over to Weller. Weller left, right circle. Tried a shot, tough angle. Fanned on it. Regular SHL rules, 17-minute periods, ice cut after the second. 3-on-3 OT followed by a sudden death shootout if we get there here for this O'Grady Cup. As this one sent down, no icing of course, as the Titans are still on the power play. JP settles it down behind his net, and here comes Mulvey. The captain for this Titan team, Ryan Mulvey, over the line. Now Frank Surma, right side. After it is one man for the Huskies, but getting there first is Will Fagan. He'll go over to Mulvey. It should be somewhat soon that the Titan power play comes to an end. Again, we don't have a clock, or actually we do right here. What am I thinking? So 6 seconds left on the power play. As Bunnell, back up high, Mulvey. And the penalty has been killed off, so the Titans 0 for 1. Here's Mulvey with a shot, that one off the boards. Bunnell off the rebound, saves. And then Surma's shot got stopped too.
Yeah, a little commotion in front of the net after that, but on that Surma shot, both him and I were looking at that same top left corner. And a little bit of a movement by Gilman to cover that top left corner from our vantage point, top right corner from his.
Ooh.
And Surma was almost able to sneak that in there.
South Hockey Network, Dylan Ward and David Ventura, happy to have you aboard. We appreciate you spending some time with us here on this Friday morning. Here on the day after Thanksgiving, as the Titans lead shots 8-1, but the game's still 0-0. Left circle face-off, Hoffer is ready. It's one to the near side, now Adams threw it up high. Luke Fagan keeps it in the zone, plays it to the near side. Sticks it ahead with one hand on his stick, but it goes behind the goal line as the Huskies look to clear it out, and that one goes into the protective netting. And David, you and I were joking how we're one game into the day, we're already behind in this tournament. Boy, there have been a lot of whistles in this one. We could set this tournament back a little farther if it keeps up like this.
Yeah, both games are behind schedule by about 15 minutes. Ideally, you get them on time or running early or something, but both games, at least here at Robert Crown, were pretty close, and I imagine the games later on are going to be about 20 to 30 minutes behind schedule. We'll see how behind they are at Heartland, which is where the second game is going to be at.
Yes. Scheduled for 4:10, by the way. Here's a tough angle shot, saved off the stick of Jack Higgins. But that's part of the nature of this tournament, and any tournament really. 4 rinks hosting this O'Grady Cup. 4 facilities, I should say. 2 rinks here at Evanston, Robert Crown Center. You've also got the Skadium Ice Arena in Skokie, which I'm pretty glad the Titans don't have any games there because that's just a pain to broadcast at. And then you've got Centennial, obviously, in Wilmette, along with Heartland, Loyola's home. As the Titans usually can find some decent success in tournaments, at least advancing to the semifinals or even quarterfinals, but that's something that they've just had a little bit of trouble doing at this O'Grady Cup in recent memory. If you remember, David, we were right here at Robert Crown last year as this shot gets kicked away. Boris and the Titans were 1 overtime goal away against St. Viator from moving on to the semifinals, and St. Viator took that one.
Dylan, you look at the past O'Grady Cups, even this one, the division that the Titans get put in is not as easy as some of the other SHL teams.
Right.
So they're getting thrown in with St. Ignatius, while if you look across the board at some of the other divisions, it's a lot different.
Boris, what a dangle, but he couldn't pull the puck ahead. Now OPRF will backhand it out. And David, that's a good point. And you know, when you have these group style tournaments that have that World Cup with your, your Group A, Group B, as this one's tipped in on net, save made by the goalie. It's not a random draw, right? It's the tournament officials choosing which group to put what teams in, and a lot of times teams will make requests. I want a harder schedule, and that's the Jim Philbin specialty. When he plays in a tournament, he always wants to be tested.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the groups here. I was hoping you'd make a post on it from SHL.
Well, I
swear I saw it somewhere.
I got the. It says
the whole
group.
schedule.
It says the group's there. Yeah. I don't know if you can make something work with that, but here's a shot. That one stopped. Maybe that you've kind of inspired me. Maybe I'll make a quick post after this with the groups.
You know, Dylan, I remember I had to play a game on Thanksgiving. There was none this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was back when there were only 15 teams in the tournament, so they had to make 3 groups of 5. So because of that, everyone had to play 4 group games instead of 3. So you had to play on Thanksgiving. Then you have the headache of giving people a bye because 5 is an odd number of teams. So in any given set of matches, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, still looking for our first goal here. The Titans out shooting the Huskies 12-1 here. It's about 7-8 minutes through the first period. Here's Kahn over the line. He threw that one down. Blake Hoffer picked it up below the goal line. Hoffer getting around 1D. He turns on the Jets. Blake Hoffer. Nice move around one defender. Centers it looking for Pajerski, who had 2 goals on Wednesday night in the North-South game, but couldn't bury that look. Now poked ahead by OPRF Rodriguez, but Will Fagan steals it away. Goes to Cesario, now Frank Surma. Surma leading the charge, has Mulvey with him. Mulvey cuts back up high to his defensive position, gets the puck, tries a shot from the right circle, but that save is made by Gilman. I think Gilman's feeling pretty good right now, 13 for 13 halfway through the first period.
And a ton of shots on net by the Titans. Like to see them move the puck around a little bit, get Gilman moving, see if they can bury one that way, because he seems to be doing a pretty good job with basic shots from top of the circles and such.
Titans have had really easy time finding a lot of shots on goal in these games lately. Here's Cesario with a shot, that one blocked. As the Titans looking to make it 9 in a row without a loss, as they have now won 4 straight in the SHL regular season, and they had an undefeated SHL showcase with 2 wins and 2 ties. Looks like Luke Fagan is exiting the bench and taking a breather. We're not sure what happened to him, but maybe just testing out something.
A block shot possibly that got him in the
Yep.
where there's no padding.
And he'll come right back to the bench, so looks like nothing to be concerned about. We'll hope he comes back on for his regular shift. As the Titans have an attacking zone face-off here, right circle. Blake Hoffer ready for the drop of the puck. They'll whistle it down and restart it. Dylan Ward and David Ventura, if you're joining us late. Glad to have you aboard here on the South Hockey Network. David, I'll be broadcasting a game with your brother tomorrow at 2:50 p.m. It'll be a 3-man booth with me, Zach Freemuth, and Nick Ventura. Looking forward to that. Then David Ventura will be your regular broadcaster once his winter break kicks into gear. What did we say, December 11th and onward, and up until late January?
Pretty much, the whole month of January.
Fun.
Long winter break.
Here's a pass to Adams in the slot, tried a one-timer, but fanned on it.
Adams had a lot of time there. Would have liked to see him settle that puck down, then go for the wrist shot.
As now OPRF will clear the zone once again. They still only have 1 shot against JP Rakana. JP made the save.
Dylan, that's the thing about, some of these O'Grady tournament games is things that you're not used to is having a lot of time and space in front of the net. You play most of those SHL teams, right? You play a team like Nutcher Green, GBN, you're not going to have time in front of that net. So one-timer is that first initial instinct, but the team like OPRF, they're giving you that time and space. The Titans got to take advantage of that.
13-1, shots on goal. Kept in the zone, here's a shot, and save made by Rakana off a deflection that slowed it down, but he'll get credit for his 2nd save of the morning. And the puck will be dropped in the attacking zone for the Huskies here with 7 to go in the first.
And Dylan, you are right. A lot of whistles. A lot of whistles. We are 17-minute periods, right? So 10 minutes through. I wasn't sure if they changed the clock for the O'Grady tournament or not, because their whole goal is to try to get through games as fast as possible.
Well, 17-minute periods is how they run it here, SHL style. Even in the JV games, we saw the last game go to overtime. Bennett erasing a 5-2 lead for Loyola and coming back to win in overtime. But it's funny, even in JV, you've got overtime. In the SHL, you don't have overtime for JV. They just go straight to a shootout. So we got the full 9 here for O'Grady. It's always so interesting to see how Glenbrook South and Glenbrook North fare in these tournaments after the big North-South game, obviously. Maybe a little bit of a hangover from that, but you got to think the Titans have a little bit more mojo coming into this tournament than the Spartans do. But I could be wrong. The Spartans might, feel more like they have something to prove. We'll track how their progress goes. They're in Group B along with York, Chicago North, and one other. This one's stolen away by Hoffer. He comes to the left circle, takes a shot, just fired wide of the top right corner. Now Mulvey, down to Lytle, centered it. Taken away by the Huskies. Blake looking for his 51st career varsity goal there as his beautiful baseball-style tap-in out of midair in the North-South game was his 50th of his career. Now Hoffer gets the puck left side, centers it for Pajerski. Not sure if that missed the net or went high. Or not sure if it missed the net, I should say, or got a piece of the goaltender, but either way, this will be cleared down by the Huskies for an icing as we stay 0-0 with 5:11 to go in the first.
Yeah, Dylan, I think that just missed the net on that left side, but nevertheless, good look there by Hoffer to get that to Pajerski, and good initial look by Stevens to move that all the way to the left side to Hoffer to set that play up.
Be sure to use the chat feature. You need to be subscribed to use the chat. So please subscribe for all features, including enhanced replay features.
Oh, quite the salesman, isn't he? Yeah.
And I think Gerard, I don't know if I consented to this, but I think Gerard, as we're going to get a penalty here. Here's a shot off the delayed call. That one stopped. As we'll break down the penalty in a moment, but I don't know if I consented to this, David, but I'm pretty sure Gerard has let a memo out that the 1,000th subscriber will get a personal visit at their holiday party from me, Dylan Ward. So, yeah. So, I know everyone at home is going to be waiting at their computer for it to go to 999 and make sure that, yeah. But anyway, we'll get a penalty here called against Leo Lisnick for interference. And the Titans to the power play for the second time. All power plays on the South Hockey Network brought to you by RSM. The power of being understood.
Yeah, I got a shirt like that too, Dylan.
That's excellent. You should have worn it. As here's a slap shot by Surma off a deflection from Fagan. But that one's gobbled up by Henry Gilman.
It's got the logo on the front, and it's got the power of being understood on the back.
Nice, nice. Well, anyway, Henry Gilman, pretty good stats here for OPRF through their regular season in Illinois West. 1.92 goals allowed average and a .926 save percentage. Seems to be holding his own here against this Titan team, one of the better records in the SHL. Top teams in the state. Number 4 in the most recent My Hockey rankings. Hoffer's goal was epic, Mary Donahue. Yes, it was. And yeah, come on, keep flooding that chat. Let us know what you think. Ask us questions. We'll answer them as long as they're appropriate. Here's Will Fagan to the net, looking for a tip by Bonnell. Not sure if he got one, but the save was made after all. The puck gets cleared out. OPRF gets backhanded down into the Titan zone as Ryan Mulvey picks it up. Mulvey behind his own net. The new captain for this team up to Cesario. Jonathan Cesario down the right wing side. He sent it up high, Mulvey. Across Will Fagan. He tries a shot, fan on it, sent it wide. Now Evan Bunnell centered it, and it gets cleared out of the zone. Bunnell races back after it. How about Evan Bunnell, by the way, for the Glenbrook South Titans? As he only has 2 assists in the SHL regular season, but we saw him absolutely light up the scoreboard, and not just the CCM World Invite early this month, but at the SHL Showcase as well, one of the point leaders on the team. So he could be a sort of a tournament player. I know that's the lingo Casey and I used last year when talking about Will Papalis, or 4 years ago. But I mean, it seems like Evan Bunnell, went during these tournament style games over the weekend, he knows how to keep up his energy. He knows how to stay consistent.
Yeah, he's a key piece of this Titan roster in SHL play too.
Mulvey up to Hoffer, occupying that defensive slot. Now Weller to the net. Save made by Gilman as he juggles it and hangs on to it. They have not stopped the clock. Now they do.
All right, Dylan, so Surma's next shift, he will score a goal.
Okay. Any reasoning for that prediction?
It's just going to happen.
All right, well, I can't argue with that logic.
Do you have a prediction?
I'll say the Titans score in the last 20 seconds of the first period. And who knows, maybe that might give us both a green check mark.
See, I'm trying to look over to see Mr. Boris's prediction, but he's so locked in right now.
Yeah, he really is.
He's
got the headphones in. I think he can hear us, right? Yeah.
He's shaking his head.
Gerard, you got a prediction you want to add on to ours? Got Joe Hoffer, our former CSO, Chief Scoreboard Operator, but with Joe's recent absence at games, we have now promoted Brad Cesario to that Chief Scoreboard Operator position. So Joe, just your scoreboard guy. He doesn't get the title today. Titan power play is over, so they are now 0 for 2 on the RSM power play.
Dylan,
dominating this game.
18 shots on net.
That's incredible.
So far.
Titans are on pace for over 60 at this moment. Absolutely dominating the game, but we stay scoreless here at Robert Crown Center. Boris can't get around one man. Now Lashuk sent it in. It's taken by Luke Fagan. Fagan over the line while his teammates change. All the way down low. Comes to the left side circle. Sent it up high looking for Weller. Got picked off, and here comes OPRF on a breakaway. Here's a shot and a save made by Rakana as Gordon Rodriguez unable to bury that one, and JP's first real good test, and he passed it.
Yeah, Rakana able to bail his teammates out there on the turnover on the breakaway that OPRF had, and trying to go 5-hole, wasn't able to do that. Rakana was able to smother that one up and keep this game scoreless.
All right. Surma not on the ice yet. Here's a play down low. Titan defensive zone. 18-3 the shots on goal. As this one sent up high to the left point and nearly picked off. Maybe it will be as Jonah Weiss swoops in. Has Adams with him as he comes over the line. Weiss down below the goal line. Gets hit into the boards. Blake Hoffer swooping in. He'll send it up high, but that's given up to Smith. Now this one's dumped in by OPRF's Luca Trotta. Goes down to the boards, and the Titans will get a penalty here as Will Fagan knocked a man into the corner boards. He'll get a roughing call with 43.9 to go in the first period. And the Titans will be shorthanded for the first time this morning. All PKs are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys.
Yeah, and I think because the player turned, Fagan's not going to go for a 2-10. I don't know if there's a valid argument for that to be a 2-10 call, but nevertheless, the Titans are going to go on the penalty kill, and the Titans are able to kill off this whole 2 minutes. It'll get split up between the end of the first and the start of the second. The Titans have 44 seconds left to kill this off. the first period.
Now, let me ask you this question. Surma's about to take the face-off. Is this his next shift, or are we waiting for 5-on-5?
You know, Dylan, I guess I wasn't specific enough. So it does not look like, and this is why I don't gamble either.
That's fine. Hey, I gave you the opportunity to correct it, so his next 5-on-5 shift.
You know, sure, we can change it.
All right.
Why not? Or maybe not.
Here's Surma short-handed down the left wing side, takes a shot, and that one stopped, blocked in close by Griffin Wesley. One of their leading point scorers making the defensive play there. 17 seconds to go on this power play. This one's tipped down low. Aiden Weller runs down below the net, clears it out of the zone. And that should just be enough time to not let OPRF get another rush. And they'll just hold it behind the net. First period is over. 17 minutes are in the books. Both teams looking for their first goal in spite of a dominant performance by the Titans. 18-3 the shots on goal, as OPRF will have 1:14 left of a power play as we get started in the second period.
Yeah, Dylan, and some of the key things to look at here is OPRF's doing a really good job of covering the points. So the Titans are looking a lot to their defense to pass it, get up top, get some movement in the offensive zone. That's one of OPRF's strong suit, is covering the defense. You saw that breakaway that OPRF had was resulted from Titans looking up top, OPRF intercepting that pass and going for a breakaway.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. Second period's coming right up. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Dylan Ward and David Ventura. David Ventura, Glenbrook South Hockey class of 2022, coming in here. And if you haven't been, keeping up with past seasons, David always comes in to do the game some over Thanksgiving. And of course, when he gets let out of school for winter break, he will come back and do pretty much every game with me for a good, solid month and a half. So really looking forward to that, as I've been doing a lot of games solo. I've been doing a lot of games with my dad, it's always great to do it with him, but this one's passed over. Now here's a one-time shot from the left circle, that one fanned on. Reminder that the OPRF Huskies still on the power play as we begin the second period. Looks like they took a while to start the clock, as I don't think only 10 seconds have passed, as this one's cleared down.
Good point, though, Dylan.
and you know what? That gives extra time on the power play. That's a good point, as we'll be tracking that. Here's Maroney. Now Pajurski out to Hoffer. He might have a partial break down the left wing side. Cuts around a D. Blake Hoffer needs some help as he cuts to the right circle. Hoffer looking for a pass. He'll turn around, fire that one wide of the net. Not a bad idea. Had some men, but Blake Hoffer can really snipe one. So the power play is about to end on real time, and it looks like Weller will be let out here on time. So at least they did that. So the Titans are back to 5-on-5. Now a long pass, Ben Stevens. Over the line down the right wing side, threw it to the slot, looking for Pajurski, but that's sticked away by the goaltender Gilman. Now another centering look. Here's a backhander. That one tied up in the equipment as Luke Fagan back up to the left point, kicks it to his stick, takes a shot, and the save made by Gilman. He hangs on as the Titans reach 20 shots on goal. Some pushing and shoving after the whistle.
A little commotion after the play. We sending anyone in the box here?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
No, we are.
Oh, wow.
I think they're taking both of them.
Yeah, it looks like Dom Trotta for the Huskies and Benji Pajurski for the Titans.
Yeah, they're both going to go for Ruffin, Dylan.
All right, so we'll stay 5-on-5 as the clock is running. And that's probably just...
I wonder how much yelling we're going to do.
I think the clock is running because they didn't start it on time to start the second period. As you gotta love clock. Iconic.
I used to do that.
I had a pretty embarrassing one where at the SHL showcase, me and Gerard were watching a game, and I thought there was a whistle, but there wasn't. And I said clock just during live play when the clock is running. All right, so 5-on-5 hockey with the Coincidental Miners. 20-4 shots on goal. The Titans still looking to break the ice here. As they didn't score in the first period against North, but then they scored 4 in the second.
You know, Dylan, that's what I hear. I'm still waiting for the game to go on SHL.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you had glass seats to the Blackhawks game, and
That's
that game
right.
wasn't too bad either.
Oh, no. That was the Blackhawks game to go to.
Yeah. Taylor Hall hat trick, Connor Bedard goal.
Did you see what the NHL posted on their Instagram after the game?
No.
So Taylor Hall had the hat trick,
Yeah?
and then they posted hat trick, and then they put Taylor's version in parentheses.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw CHSN post that as well.
We got to get a little more creative than that, guys. That's all I'm saying.
That's now Boris through neutral ice. He'll come over the line. Boris. Puck gets taken away. Just waiting for Surma's first 5-on-5 shift. As Lesnick comes in down the left wing side, takes a shot that one wide. Now Weiss backhands it out to the neutral zone. Adams looking to force it ahead. Now Jonah Weiss. Sent back into the zone. Will Fagan will cycle back with it. Send it to Luke Fagan. Robinson got a stick in the way. As now this one sent down below the goal line. Luke Fagan down to Jonah Weiss. Off the boards. They can't get it out. Here's a shot from the right point. Rakana makes the save, his 6th of the morning. As now Robinson has a look. Can't get a shot past Blake Hoffer. And here comes Hoffer. Through neutral ice over the line, splitting it at E, takes a shot, and that one high of the net. What a move there by Blake Hoffer, and that would have been a special goal had he deposited that one. Now this one's past to Maroney. He's got a partial break. Backhander and a save made by Rakana. As we've got highlight after highlight here as we go end to end.
And there, Hoffer tried to sneak that one top left. Puck was rolling, wasn't able to get a good shot on that, and OPRF goes the other way. Rakana with the big save. Little end-to-end action as the past 3 minutes before that, it was just, you know, teams trying to break out after breakout, and then you get 2 breakaways back-to-back.
The OPRF Huskies actually outshooting the Titans 4-2 in this period, but they'll be offsides on this zone entry.
And OPRF coaches are not a fan of that call, but a little blocked here. Also a little difficult to see if that was offsides or not.
Here was the chance by OPRF, and a good save made by Rakana.
And a good back check there by Mulvey to force that backhand shot on the breakaway by
I
OPRF.
also want to really quickly look at this. Blake Hoffer one deke around the first defender, then look at that.
Yeah, he tries to go top left, and the puck's just rolling, not able to do that. Now I got to start hitting the replay button too, Dylan.
Cesario on net, and hey, listen, you're the color commentator, so you know what you want to talk about. So if you see a highlight that you know that you're going to want to bring up during a whistle, even if it's not a goal, if it's anything small like that, just...
I don't know, man. The system's a little too advanced for me.
They'll get the hang of it because, believe me, by the time we get to January, you better be on full-time replay duty. Now here's Surma. Can he score here in his first 5-on-5 shift since David's prediction? McPherson near side. Surma battling for the puck near side. OPRF will come away with it. and play it out to the neutral zone. Ryan Mulvey. Evan Bunnell. Bunnell cycles back up high. Bunnell finds Stevens in neutral ice. Ben Stevens right to Bunnell. He tried to tip one on net. He could not.
Really good look there by Stevens to get that to Bunnell, but unfortunately not able to connect, because if Bunnell got that pass, he would have been able to slide that over or try to roof that top right, top left.
And second place finishers of the group will go on, but in this one, it is only the first place finisher. So you're pretty much going to need a 3-0 group stage in order to cement yourself in that. I guess there's some types of situations where you go 2-1 and then you get the tiebreakers, but you can't rely on that in a tournament like this. So you gotta get every point you can. And for the Titans, you know, they're playing a team where on paper this is probably their easiest team in this O'Grady Cup. I guess Nutria Blue is kind of on the same level.
See, Nutria Blue's a wild card, though, because teams have struggled with them in the O'Grady Cup in the past.
Yeah, they've got the Glenbrooks number. We can say that. They beat Glenbrooks out 2 years ago in the O'Grady Cup, and they beat Glenbrook North last season. Now they're playing the Glenbrook South Titans again. And St. Ignatius will obviously be a tough test, but you don't want to already be eliminated when you get to that game. You want it to be a meaningful one. The Titans can't take any game for granted if they want to make a deep run in this O'Grady Cup. As really, it's almost never the case that a champion has a loss in their record. Stevens up to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer down the right wing side, centered it. Now Stevens. Pinned up against the boards. Pajerski.
Yeah, the other thing we're starting to notice here is Titans got to keep their head up when they're getting that puck. OPRF is they're not going for the puck, they're going for hits, and they're gonna.
It's like cross-checking penalty has just been called. I don't know.
That might be against the Titans.
I don't know if we caught a replay of that. Let's take another look.
Hoffer at the puck when that whistle went.
Oh, let's replay that.
Yeah, it's
right
gonna go
at the
against
start.
Stevens. Stevens is gonna go to the box for cross-checking. That's the other thing, too, is when you're playing against a physical team, the retaliation is what's going to put you in the box. It's not going to be that initial play. It's going to be the retaliation, so the Titans got to watch that.
All right, so back to the PK. All penalty kills on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. GBS 1 for 1 on the penalty kill so far in this game. You got to think a good opportunity here from OPRF's perspective to finally crack JP Rakana. We'll see what kind of pressure they bring.
Well, so they got something on the clock. They got zeros. They got the number. But the referees are just like, let's just drop this puck.
Yeah, well, no,
10 minutes.
I don't think that's a 10-minute penalty. Well, you could go to Game Sheet and see what the time of the penalty was, and if it was 2 minutes, then you know. Oh, it looks like they adjusted it. Anyway, listen. I don't think whoever's running the clock is ever going to watch this broadcast. So I'm going to go ahead and say they have not been doing a great job tonight at all.
Oh, man, harsh.
Just wait until the goals start getting put on the board, and then we're in trouble.
Well, that's easy. You just click a button.
You would think.
Oh, no. I am the master scoreboard operator.
Yeah, I did a couple beer league games over the summer, so I got a good feel for it as well. This is Will Fagan, shorthanded. The Titans do have 2 shorthanded goals in SHL play this season. We get down to halfway through regulation time. Still all tied up. Now Pajerski got it out to Hoffer. He's going to have a shorthanded breakaway. Blake Hoffer to the net, and the stick gets thrown. I'm not sure how that's not a penalty. As a matter of fact, it should be an awarded goal, but now there will be a penalty. As this one centered Hoffer, they try and tip it home, but they cannot.
So, Dylan, as much as I want to side with you, the stick was not thrown.
All right, well, let's look at the replay.
The stick was lodged, and the player let go of it to avoid a penalty.
Oh, it's a good point. I thought it was thrown. I was focusing on Blake. But, yeah, there will be a penalty called there.
So he tried to avoid a penalty, and then was it Hoffer that got tripped up after? I think it was Hoffer that got tripped up after, but that was the easy penalty call.
So we're going to have 4-on-4. You can see Jim Philbin saying, you know, you got to get that clock right if you're down there. Well, 4-on-4 for 38 seconds, and then it'll be a minute and 22 on the power play for the Titans. So the Titans, because of that, go 2 for 2 on the PK now. David, you know what I forgot? We forgot to do is our penalty game. Here's a shot. That one's in the air on the goal line. They score. As JP Rakana made the save, it bounced way high in the air, landed on the goal line. The Titans were close to forcing it out, but it got punched home, and the Huskies strike first on 4-on-4 play.
Yeah, Dylan, that was the initial save there by Rakana. Pops straight up in the air, goes behind him, and OPRF was able to put that one in the back of the net. There was only 2 players on the ice that really knew where that puck was, and that was Fagan and the goal scorer for RPF or OPRF. Outside of that, no one else really knew where that puck was.
So they've got multiple guys wearing the letter C, but one of them, number 11, Joseph Kahn, will get the goal. He's their leading point scorer in Illinois West play with 9 goals, 7 assists. He also has 3 power play goals throughout his 16 games, and it's not a power play goal, but it's a 4-on-4 goal for the Huskies there.
And this power play that the Titans are having right now as we speak is super important to put one in the back of the net. And as you can see right there, OPRF not really going for the puck, they're just going for the hits, and worked out pretty well for them there.
All right, 1 minute to go on the power play. Here's Will Fagan. Fagan around Trotta. Fagan into the zone. One thing that you see here with this team more than any other team I've seen for GBS hockey, as Mulvey takes a shot, is the defenseman liking to get down low and lead the rush. As this one's forced out to neutralize, what a pass, and here's a breakaway for Rodriguez. He sends it high up in net. No save necessary for JP. As the Titans catch a break there, would have been a shorty. Now here come the Titans the other way. Surma out to Cesario. Neutralized, now comes over the line. Jonathan Cesario threw it to the left side. Bonnell tried to hack it home. He could not. Now Fagan over to Mulvey. Mulvey down low, Surma. And cleared by the Huskies. That will finish the Titan power play as he comes out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5. 1-0 OPRF, but 24-8 the shots on goal for the Titans. Here in this second period, GBS only out shooting them 7-6. As this shot gets blocked in close, swooping in there is Bonnell. The Titans might have a 5-on-1. Here's Bonnell coming down the right wing side, centered it. Cesario just missed the net. Then on the rebound, he tried to poke it in off the goaltender. He could not.
Yeah, there's been a few opportunities the Titans have had where they just missed the net. That being one of them right there. Just got to hit the net when you have 2 guys behind you who can pick up that rebound. But nevertheless, Titans are going to get an offensive zone draw with 5:44 left. I mean, they are dominating this game in terms of shots on goal, 24-8. They just got to continue that momentum, and at some point, you figure that they're going to find the back of the net, and OPRF going for a late change.
Well, the Lytel Boris Higgins line ready to work. Aiden Weller, Luke Fagan, the defenseman for Jim Philbin for this draw. Right wing circle attacking zone. Drop of the puck. Here's Lytel just firing that one wide. As now Boris sent it up in front again. Weller left point, goes down to Boris. Zach Boris behind the goal line. Boris, but it gets taken away by the Huskies, and they'll backhand it out of the zone. Luke Fagan off the far boards. Now a battle for the puck right by the Titan bench. A lot of space in between the benches here at this rink, by the way. some large accommodations in the penalty box. As now the Titans might have an odd man rush. It's Boris down the right wing side, takes a shot. That one saved by the goaltender, Gilman. Now Boris, under 5 to go before the Zamboni. Laid up to the left point, Weller. Top of the left circle, got his pocket picked. And out to neutral ice, but recovered by the Titans. Luke Fagan, backhander, tipped into the zone by Weiss and sent out by OPRF. As this one sent down to the near side corner, played it to the far side, and out to the neutral zone. Rodriguez, McPherson. Rodriguez gets it back. Weiss now takes it away, plays it off, tie this game up. And they would love to do it before the locker room. Weiss to the far side, looking for Hoffer. It's taken away by the Huskies. Titans really. Now this one, they can't keep it in. It comes back out, but hand pass stops the play. 3:10 to go in the second. 1-0 OPRF, the lone goal coming from Joseph Kahn for the Huskies.
Yeah, Dylan, Titans got to find a way to bring back some of the momentum, and hopefully they still have another period, right? So getting that momentum to start that third period is going to be massive for them, as the referee is going to have a discussion with the OPRF coach. Not sure about what, but
me either. We got to get our live mics down there.
We can get Luke Jordan down there.
Yeah, exactly. Sideline. Shout out to you, Luke. Are you gonna do color with him later this
Oh
afternoon?
Yeah, he's gonna have the pleasure of doing it with me.
All right. Look at that.
Sorry, Luke. That's interference.
Titans hit down right by the OPRF bench, and the Huskies barking at him. No pun intended.
That's good one there, Dylan.
Well, there really was no pun intended.
Yeah.
So the thing about that phrase is when people say no pun intended, usually they intended it.
You just caught it after you said it. Yeah.
And it's a big hit in neutral ice by Will Fagan, knocking Smith down.
Textbook hit.
Now Luke Fagan coming into the zone down below the goal line. As the Huskies grab it, it's Trotta, but we get a whistle.
No.
And a penalty for interference.
And he doesn't like that one very much.
Let's see if Gerard has had much camera time. So I think maybe this is a perfect reason to get him on the
help him.
Yeah. Now here's Hoffer turning and firing, that one blocked. And the puck taken by the Huskies, played off the far boards and out. Big opportunity for the Titans to steal some momentum here before heading into the locker room. Blake Hoffer getting hooked, and he's going to get a penalty. They should just give it up, get more time on the 5-on-3. Blake Hoffer will come into the zone for a full minute and 13 seconds. And how about this for an opportunity to tie this game up?
Yeah, Dylan would like to see the Titans give that puck to OPRF earlier.
Yeah.
Make that, elongate that penalty. I'm increasing my vocabulary.
Yeah.
I also got to channel my inner fan. I almost started yelling at that. But thankfully I did not. So the Titans are going to have a 5-on-3. And they have a minute and 23 left in the period.
And looks like maybe a timeout here, or just
unfortunately
using
there's no timeout, but because, they got to figure the stuff out in the clock, and that takes a few minutes.
Well, then the Titans get gifted kind of a
gifted
timeout.
a timeout, that's right.
All right, Joe Hoffer claps his hands, our former CSO, but stepping in for the
CSO.
Chief Scoreboard Operator. Of course, that new title belongs to Brett.
Is that on his LinkedIn profile?
Well, not anymore. Not anymore. He got fired.
Oh, he did?
Because he doesn't show up to the games. So Brad Cesario is our new CSO. Joe Hoffer, I guess, just coming in for old time's sake here. All right, anyway, 5-on-3. Here we go. Aiden Weller. Over to Mulvey, back to Weller. Lots of open ice. Down to the left circle, it's Pajerski. Down low, Stevens. Ben Stevens Titans are wide open out there. Here's Weller across Mulvey. Big shot, that one wide of the net. Under a minute to go in the period. Here's Weller. Pajerski high slot. Looks for Mulvey. Got it to him. Mulvey gets taken down. And the puck gets cleared by OPRF.
You know, Dylan, I will have to say OPRF is doing a pretty good job defending this 5-on-3 so far.
30 seconds left in the period. Here comes Benji. Pajerski trying to split the D.
You know, I'm looking at the scoreboard. I'm not looking at our scoreboard.
Yeah, you probably want to look at that.
Which is the scoreboard to go off of.
8 minutes and 3 seconds of a 5-on-3. As this one sent up to Ryan Mulvey. Across Will Fagan with a shot. That one high. 7 seconds left. First penalty is over. Now Mulvey across for Will Fagan, and the Titans will run out of time here in the second period. And Gerard, before we go to break, if you want to show our audience the scoreboard here in the rink, you guys can get an idea of what we're talking about.
Oh, you zoomed in on everything too.
And yeah, they took the first penalty away, but they've been putting 10 minutes on the clock for every penalty, and then just kind of figuring out when, you know, players should come off based on that. But anyway, the Titans dominating this game, 26-9, the shots on goal, but here in the second period, they only lead 8-6.
And Dylan, real quick, we have OPRF's captain talking to the linesman about the penalty.
Interesting.
You know, obviously
that's the goal
not
scorer
too happy.
for them too.
That is, not too happy with that. Clear hook, but not too happy.
All right, well, we're gonna take a break here. The Titans trail 1-0. They're hoping to get some things going here. But like I said, in this O'Grady tournament, really every win is important, and you can't take any game lightly. Hopefully, Philbin will have some things to say about them, about, you know, what to do in the third period in the locker room, and they'll come out firing in the third period.
Yeah, we'll see what the Titans can do in this third period. And Dylan, like you said, there's, you know, you got to be first in your division. There really is no continuation for those that don't finish first in their division. So we'll see what the Titans can do in the third.
All right, well, we'll take a break here on the South Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll mute our mics, but stay right here live. Third period coming up in about 10 minutes' time, maybe sooner. Look at the speed on this Zamboni. As we will take a break, but don't go anywhere. Dylan Ward and David Ventura coming right back up. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Live on YouTube, live from Robert Crown Center here in Evanston, home of the Evanston Wildcats, as well as Northwestern's ACHA team, as well as Loyola University's ACHA team. We've got 17 minutes to go here, third period coming up. The Titans playing the OPRF Huskies, but struggling a little bit in spite of outshooting them 26-9. Just unable to bury their chances, and they come into this third period trailing 1-0. And I took a look at the rules just during the intermission, and I was reminded that this tournament follows the World Junior style of points. So it's really important to win in regulation, because the regulation win gives you 3 points, the OT win gives you 2. So it's not like the regular SHL season or NHL style where any win is 2 points regardless. Dylan Ward alongside David Ventura here, graduated from GBS on the varsity hockey team. And David, what do the Titans need to do to figure out a way to crack the goaltender here?
I mean, Dylan, the obvious answer is burying the net, or burying the puck in the back of the net. And the way to do that is moving the puck around. Obviously, we see Gilman's had a pretty easy time with shots from the top of the circles. We haven't seen him move around a lot. So the Titans got to move the puck around a little bit. You know, maybe one-timer's not a bad idea. They just got to do, you know, try new things on Gilman, but getting pucks through, try throwing guys in front of the net, screening Gilman, but, you know, basic shots from top of the circles, from the point. Gilman's having an easy time with that. So putting bodies in front of the net or getting Gilman to move has got to be, you know, they got to start with that early in the third.
All right, well, they've got 35 more seconds here on the RSM power play that carries into the third in a fresh sheet of ice, as Will Fagan will backhand this one deep. Third period is underway here at Robert Crown Center in Evanston. Will Fagan has to retreat back out to the neutral zone. Pajurski gets the puck over the line, left wing side, leaves it for Hoffer, who got it back down to Benji. Now up high, Will Fagan. Top of the slot, takes a shot. That one gets blocked. Rebound to the near side, and OPRF takes it away.
Dylan, kind of like I said before, OPRF's one of their strong suits, at least I've noticed, is covering the points. The Titans are trying to get pucks up top or shoot pucks from the point, and OPRF has been blocking a lot of those passes and or shots from the point.
We saw Benji Pajurski just try to cycle it up high to Blake Hoffer on that zone entry. So the Titans power play has come to an end, and now Ryan Mulvey will pick it up. Go over to Will Fagan. Puck grab by the Huskies down below the line. Here's a centering pass, nearly poked in between the right post and the pad. But now the Titans will come the other way. Here comes Cesario. Cesario over the line down the right wing side. Jonathan Cesario below the goal line, centered it, taken away by the Huskies, and they'll come out with it. Down to the far side corner, Luke Fagan picks his pocket, and we'll play it to the near side, Blake Hoffer. Out to Cesario, that one just missed him. Tip, so no icing. He goes down to the corner, Cesario's got it, plays it to the near side. Aiden Weller is intended target, but it's intercepted by the Huskies' Puntillo. Now knocked into the zone by Luke Fagan. Goes down below the goal line. It's picked up once again by the Huskies, and out to neutral ice. Weller will have to play it over to Luke Fagan. Now Cesario will tip it in. He takes a hit into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty against the Huskies. Interference the call.
Yeah, OPRF doesn't like that call. Did you see that button, Dylan?
I did. That was excellent.
So we're going to get a really good look at this call here. Really easy call. I mean, that puck is just gone. There's no intent to play the puck at all by OPRF. The coach doesn't like that one, but really easy call. No, but that's the style that OPRF has. There's a lot of physicality throughout the game, but zero intent to play the puck there. So the Titans are going to be on the power play, and again, a big opportunity here for the Titans.
And all power plays are sponsored by RSM, the power of being understood. Huge opportunity for the Titans. Let's see if they can capitalize on this look. Here's Surma, up to Mulvey, now Aiden Weller to the net, and the save made by Gilman. He hangs on for a stoppage, only 11 seconds into the power play.
Yeah, Dylan, and there's a lot of commotion too after the whistle, and it's been building up throughout this game, so I wonder if we're going to get extra penalties, and if we do, the Titans got to stay out of those because they could put themselves short-handed being down 1 in the third period based off of plays after the whistle, so they just got to watch out for that.
Surma up to Weller, left point. Now back down to Surma, left wing circle. Cesario below the line, gets hit into the boards. He drew the penalty that led to this power play, but now the Huskies will clear this one all the way down. 27-10 the shots on goal.
9 minutes and 35 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, right. It's okay, you viewers at home can see it on your end. As now Ryan Mulvey will enter the zone. Mulvey over the line, left wing side, gets deep, finds Manel, top of the circle. He tries to shot, that one blocked in close. Now Cesario up to Surma. Left point, Ryan Mulvey. Now Frank Surma, Mulvey gets it back, tries a shot, and a save made by Gilman.
And the Titans are trying to get pucks there to the... Oh. We're experimenting here. There we go, we're getting a feel for it, but was able to get that puck up to Mulvey at the top and create a good shooting lane. A little high of a shot maybe, but Titans need to do a better job of getting in front of Gilman as well, as he was able to see that pretty easily all the way from the point.
All right, 1 minute and 7 seconds to go on this GBS power play. Down to the left circle, Stevens. Ben Stevens, left wing corner. And the Huskies will clear the zone. This is Scott. I think Scott, S-C-H-O-T-T. Now Hoffer over the line, the Titans leading point scorer and the SHL's leader as well. Blake Hoffer, a collision down there in the corner. Probably could have been a penalty, but not called. Now Pajurski up to Luke Fagan, towards the net, looking for Hoffer, couldn't get a deflection on it. Now Pajurski left circle. Up high, Will Fagan takes a shot, tipped by Hoffer, but wide. Now Stevens, up high, Luke Fagan, towards the net, tipped on its way, but touched by a high stick. And that'll stop play.
Yeah, Dylan, and OPRF was the team that wanted the penalty there. To be honest, I have no idea who was really going to play.
Probably look at the left side, see if that'll probably give us a good view of where that high stick was.
Yeah, the call's a high stick, and yeah, that was definitely a high stick. But OPRF was the team that wanted the penalty. They wanted the holding call there on Hoffer, or Hoffer holding the OPRF player, and that was for sure a high stick. You know, it is tough to tell from here.
That net cam, the Baker goalie cams, you can see the double view here.
This is also advanced, man.
Yeah, I know. Offsides, and the Titans left to tag up. Morris didn't know it, and they might get flagged.
That's going to go all the way. No penalty, but the faceoff's going to go all the way down to the Titans' defensive end. What were you going to say? Flagged for?
Flagged for what?
You were going to say the Titans are going to get flagged for?
Offsides. Or,
oh, okay, okay. I wasn't sure what you were going to say.
Flagged for something on YouTube? Is that what you thought I meant?
I don't know. That sounds like a football thing.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking about that, I don't know what's going on with the Bears, but man.
That was pretty bad. I mean, I think we were talking pregame. That's probably just the coach asking to be fired. Like, you guys haven't done it yet? I'm getting sick of this job. Here, this will probably put me over the edge.
I'm not much of a I'm not an avid Bears fan, but even I was yelling at the TV.
Yeah. Now here comes Boris. Titans have a 3-on-2 perhaps. Boris couldn't get a pass over, and this one's cleared out and down. Icing will be the call against Oak Park River Forest. 12:03 to go in this third period. The Titans still searching for their first goal of the night.
Yeah, Dylan, and that's the thing for GBS, right, is you still have 12 minutes. So there's a lot of time for them, before they even consider pulling their goalie. So it's just, calm down, set something up, and eventually you got to figure with the amount of shots they have, which is 28, that one's got to go in the back of the net. They just can't be fancy with the puck. They just got to get every opportunity they can and just fire it on net.
Right circle face-off, clean win for GBS. McPherson up high, tipped, but it goes wide of the net. Now Weller, taken by Maroney, and out to neutral ice. Poked ahead by Rodriguez, but Aiden Weller will retreat. Weller with the puck in his own zone off the end boards to McPherson near side. Back across Aiden Weller, up to Ben Stevens. Now here comes Benji Pajurski. Pajurski over the line, leaves it Stevens. Down low, and it comes right to the side of the goal, and the goaltender will glove it.
Yeah, so Titans are going to get an offensive zone draw here, but you know, Dylan, to my point, right, the Titans are clearly the better team in this one. It doesn't reflect in the score of the game necessarily, but they are the team that has the advantage. The ice is tilted their way. Now it's just, can they find an opportunity to put the puck in the back of the net?
So Bunnell's line out with Surma and Cesario. Get ready. The faceoff is taken by OPRF. Played off the far boards, kept alive at the blue line by McPherson, but only for a moment as it gets deflected all the way down. The Titans in neutral ice, Aiden Weller. Weller over the line down the left wing side. Dekes a couple. Now Bunnell to Cesario, down to Surma, back for Bunnell. He tried a shot, and he couldn't get enough wood on it.
Yeah, that puck, when it got to Bunnell, was just bouncing and took a hop right over his stick. So when he went for the shot, whiffed on it, but again, can't get that puck to settle down.
Now collision near side boards. Bunnell taken away by the Huskies once again. They'll clear for an icing. 10:34 to go. 1-0 to the OPRF Huskies. It's time becoming the enemy of the Titans. We got David Ventura on some of your camera angle changes there. Not too shabby. Titans win the face-off. And this one's cleared out. Luke Fagan. Now stolen back by OPRF. Left circle. Here's a centering look. That one intercepted. And here come the Titans the other direction. Blake Hoffer. Reverse hit on one of the OPRF Huskies, but it did knock the puck off Blake's stick.
Really good D there by OPRF on the hip check on Hoffer. You know, it's really one of the only ways to stop him. And he was able to do that.
Hoffer, a big man out there. He's been his size, over 6 feet tall, since his sophomore year, maybe even a little earlier. Here's Hoffer. Coming over the line down the right wing side. Hoffer getting around a defender, centering it, looking for Weiss, didn't find him there.
Yeah, and Hoffer wasn't able to squeeze that over to the front of the net. Whoops. Wasn't able to hit the button there.
Press a little hard.
You know, by December, I need to have this figured out.
Exactly.
That's all that really matters. It was a good move there by Hoffer, and was a little too deep, so wasn't able to get that puck. Well, you can exit the replay too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This really is user-friendly.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you're already a lot better than most of my guest commentators, who I give them the crash course of the replay, and they hit the button a grand total of 0 times throughout the broadcast.
Well, I figure you got to try something new, right?
You're learning quickly.
I mean, I didn't start hitting a button until the 3rd period.
Here's Higgins. Left circle, tries a shot, saved by Gilman. Now behind the net. Goes to the far side. Rodriguez picks it up for the Huskies. Out to the neutral zone. Ryan Mulvey will take it back. Titans looking for a regulation win. An overtime win would be just fine, but looking for those 3 points up for grabs here in this one. Taken away by the Huskies. They can't clear the zone past Lytle, who dumps it back in. 30-10 the shots on goal. In this period, GBS up 4-1 in shots. Here come the Huskies. Rodriguez had 2 men to beat. Can't get around Weller and McPherson. So it's played to the near side for Boris. Boris back to Hoffer. Hoffer over the line down the left wing side. Hoffer coming to the slot. Couldn't get a clean backhander. Now Weller will get it down low. Blake Hoffer. The puck taken right back by the Huskies. A battle for the puck near side half boards. It comes up to Ben Stevens. Down low, Blake Hoffer hits a man, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, Hoffer goes for the hit there, gets his arms up, and we'll see what they call him for. We get some fans yelling 2 and 10, and there's a fair case to make there. Oh, you had to pick up the slack on the replay button, man. Well, let's see what they call here. Elbowing seems to be the call, so it looks like it is just going to be 2 minutes.
As they're loading.
No, don't worry, I know the penalty before they even got on the score sheet.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
So it'll be 2 minutes for elbowing, but that's going to decrease the time the Titans have to tie this game up, and their focus now is killing off this penalty.
All penalty kills on the South Hockey Network are brought to you by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys.
Roughing is what the score sheet says. That is incorrect, though. It was elbowing.
I saw that call too. It's Ben Stevens with one of the 2 Titans shorthanded goals this season, as they could use one right about now. 7:20 to go in regulation time. Up to the neutral zone. Taken away by Pajurski. And Pajurski slings it in. 40 seconds gone on this OPRF power play. Will Fagan turns around, fires it out. It just gets by the stick of Kreidler. Now Rodriguez to the skate. Brought over the line by Lashuk. Up high, Kreidler can't keep it in. Now look at the speed of Benji Pajurski, but he couldn't catch up to the puck before it's hacked away by the OPRF skater.
Yeah, really good defensive play there by Kreidler to separate that puck away from Pajurski, because otherwise we would have had a breakaway.
Rodriguez looking for the 5-hole, juggled by Rakana, but Will Fagan will keep it alive. Now the near side, Scott turns and eludes a check of Surma. Titans can't clear it out. Rodriguez turns around, fires, and just getting enough of that one was Rakana. OPRF power play coming to an end, but it's starting to become crunch time for the Glenbrook South Titans, as the clock, the second opponent other than OPRF they're facing here in this 3rd period. The only goal of the game scored in 4-on-4 play by Joseph Kahn. That's where we stand, 1-0 OPRF. Now Luke Fagan to the near side, Ryan Mulvey got it back to Luke. Here comes Fagan through neutral ice, dangling, gets taken down, it's a penalty. A clear trip. And the Titans will go to the power.
You know, maybe instead of putting my hand up, I should click the replay button, right? But that's a pretty easy call for the referee to make there. You know, I'm not sure. They didn't even get a stick anywhere near the puck, but nevertheless, the Titans are going to be on the power play, and, you know, like I've said the past 3, this is a big one. So the Titans are going to need to set something up, and Dylan, OPRF throughout this whole game, they've been doing a really good job on the defensive side of things, not letting the Titans get to the slot. You know, outside of that first 10 minutes, they've really cracked down defensively.
All right, well, here we go. Ryan Mulvey shot save, rebound. One just put wide off the rebound. All power plays brought to you by RSM, the power of being understood. Final 5 minutes of regulation time. Can the Titans tie this one up? Here's Hoffer, the SHL's leading point scorer. Hoffer over the line, right wing side. Recovered by the Titans. Here's Stevens. Stevens ahead of Rodriguez, gets taken down. No tripping call made that time. Hoffer off the boards up to Weller, right point across the left side. Mulvey, Ryan Mulvey looking for an angle. He'll pass it down to Pajurski. Back up high, Weller towards the net, tipped, and I believe it was saved. Rebound back up to Weller. The Titans have good passing here on this power play, looking for some better shots. Hoffer back up to Weller. Left side, Ryan Mulvey. Mulvey down to Hoffer, left circle. Back up to Mulvey. Now Weller shoots. Couldn't get that one through Mays.
Yeah, tried to get that one into Pajurski. Unfortunately, wasn't able to connect there, but really good look.
Hoffer now Mulvey, kept in the zone by Weller. Now to Blake Hoffer, left circle. Up to Mulvey, fanned on his shot, turns around, deflects it to the near side, but it gets cleared out. Mulvey will play it across to Weller as the Titans will come right back in. Weller looking for Hoffer, got it to him. Blake Hoffer now deflected up to Surma. Titans are unloading the pressure now. Surma up high, Weller left point towards the net, tipped just wide. Now Hoffer picks it up, 17 to go on this power play. Hoffer turns around, fires one, that got blocked as he mishandles it and it gets poked out of the zone. Back over the line come the Titans, 6 to go on this power play. Surma up to the top of the circle, down low for Bunnell, back up to Surma. Now Will Fagan towards the net, off a hand. Surma gets the rebound, takes a tough angle shot, and that one wouldn't go. Nets off its post, goaltender fixes it, and we stay live. Poked out of the zone, and we'll keep a close eye down to our right. You think with the regulation point system being in effect, that will influence Jim Philbin to pull his goaltender maybe a little earlier than normal?
I honestly don't think so. But we'll see. It just depends when the Titans get a good offensive zone look. I mean, that's really what it's all dependent on. And in order to get rid of your goalie, you got to really have good control.
Here's Hoffer off a centering pass in the slot, had a grade A opportunity, but it gets blocked.
And Dylan, that's going to leave a huge mark on Kreidler's leg as he's limping off the ice there. I mean, that didn't make a sound. So, by the way, that because it didn't make a sound, my guess is that hit where there is no padding, and that hurts real bad.
Yeah, he's feeling it on the bench. All right, 2:14 to go. The Titans will use their timeout here. What's Philbin saying to the boys in this moment?
You know, again, OPRF's done a really good job defensively, blocking shots like we saw Kreidler do there. I mean, that's right above the skate, but just below the shin pad, and that's, a bad place to get hurt or to get hit. But the Titans have done a good job of setting the puck up. Now it's just getting, that look in front in the center of the ice, which they've had a hard time doing, at least the second and the third period when OPRF's kind of cracked down defensively.
All right, well, they'll have 2:14 to tie the game. Looks like JP Rakana takes a seat on the bench, so the Titans will have 6 attackers out for this ensuing face-off and try to tie this thing up. 0-1 the score. OPRF with the goal from their captain, Joseph Kahn, off a crazy bounce high in the air. The puck was sitting at the goal line, and he was just the skater who got his stick to it first.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in the game. So Jim Philbin going with Boris, Stevens, Pajurski, and Hoffer as his forwards, Ryan Mulvey and Aiden Weller on D. 6 attackers out for the Titans, an empty net to shoot at for the Huskies. Let's see how this one comes to an end. Face-off won by the Titans. Hoffer shoots it, tipped high, goes down below the goal line. The Huskies will look to force it out. Blake Hoffer back in neutral ice, gets pushed down from behind. Hoffer over to Weller. 2 minutes on the clock. Ryan Mulvey in the slot in his own zone, plays it to Hoffer. As nearly given up and tipped into the empty net. as Liam Maroney right there, but he tipped it just wide. Now it's given up to the Huskies. They'll turn around and try and fire this one down. Ryan Mulvey, glove down by Boris, now Stevens, but a hand pass against the Titans. That'll put JP back on the ice with 98 seconds to go.
Yeah, and this is, you know, OPRF bench and parents are getting really excited for this one, and we'll see what happens. The Titans need to win this face-off and get it in the offensive zone quick. The faster they can do that, the faster they can get, you know, JP recounted to the bench and throw out a sixth attacker.
Face-off won by the Titans. There you go, David. It goes to the far side. Will Fagan out to neutral ice. Missed a man. That's going to be an icing. Or maybe not. Gets waved off. I'm not sure why, but the Titans will take it. JP sprints to the bench, and 6 attackers back out for the Titans as Boris joins the play. Cleared out of the zone. This one all the way down. Wide. Icing. Called against OPRF. 1:15 to go in the third.
And actually, Dylan, that icing that OPRF just had is super beneficial there for the Titans, because the Titans didn't really have good control of the puck there, but OPRF's giving them an opportunity icing that puck there.
All right, Blake Hoffer ready for the draw. Left wing circle, Titans attacking zone. Empty net. Face off taken by the Huskies. They'll play it off the glass. They can't chip it out as Ryan Mulvey keeps it alive. Now down low. It's Pajerski back up to Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey towards the net, blocked on its way. Deflects down to the corner. Hoffer sends it up. Will Fagan. Fagan faked the shot. Now he'll cut low, takes a shot, tip, they score! Will Fagan let it fly. Blake Hoffer right there. I believe he got a touch on it, but the final puck's poked home by Ben Stevens. It's 1-1 in the final minute.
And Dylan, I will say, Fagan wasn't trying to fake the shot there. He just lost control of the puck, and it so happened to work out for the Titans. He shoots that puck, passes that puck to Hoffer. Hoffer then gives that over to Stevens. Stevens able to bury that in the back of the net, but finally some puck luck for the Titans there. Is what a look by Fagan initially to get that over to Hoffer, then Hoffer over to Stevens. But again, like I said, he wasn't trying to fake that shot, just lost control. The puck was spinning a little bit. But, you know, finally the Titans were able to get one past Gilman.
Well, let's see if the Titans can have some regulation magic and secure all 3 points as this one goes down below the goal line. 40 seconds to play. This one's cleared out. It will be an icing. 33 to go. 1-1 the score as the Titans were trailing 1-0 for a long portion of the game, but Ben Stevens, the hero, getting the first goal of this tournament for the Titans.
Yeah, Dylan, and that momentum just shifted. I mean, the momentum was, even though Glenbrook South has been absolutely dominating this game, OPRF had that momentum because, like we've said, it's been crunch time for the Titans, and finally able to put one in the back of the net. And, you know, now they're trying to secure 3 here, 3 points.
Will Fagan, save made by the goaltender.
And also, Dylan, like this, oh, I got to multitask. Trying to figure out if it's left from our side, but it's their side. But that shot there by Fagan,
always our side.
There's not much traffic at all in front of the net by the Titans. As you can see, Gilman were easily able to see that puck, so they need to get more traffic to the front of the net.
25 to go in regulation. Here's Pajerski. Now Mulvey, slap shot, blocked on its way. Pajerski gloves it down, sends it towards the net. Puck is loose and eventually covered up.
Yeah, Dylan, and I have no idea how many shots the OPRF Huskies have blocked today, but it has been an absurd amount. We got 34 shots on net, but the amount of shot blocks that OPRF had is absolutely phenomenal. And part of the reason this game is only 1-1.
Nearly disaster for OPRF. 13 seconds left here in period number 3. Puck falls, and it's cleared. Neutral ice, Will Fagan will fire this one in, and the goalie will throw it to the near corner to avoid another whistle, and that will finish regulation. So the Titans with an opportunity for the win in a game that they look down and out with Only a few minutes left. They tie the game with the empty net. And we're going to play some 3-on-3 again. Same exact format as the SHL, 3-on-3 overtime, then a sudden death shootout. In this season, overall, the Titans have only gone to overtime once in the SHL. They lost to St. Ignatius 3-2. But outside of the SHL, they went to a shootout against GBN in the preseason invitational, won that 2-1. Then they went to a shootout in the CCM World Invite against the Pittsburgh Arctic Foxes, won that 3-2. So the Titans lost their only overtime game, but have won both shootout occasions as the Titans go to OT here in game number 1.
Yeah, Dylan, in 3v3 overtime, interesting as it always is. I mean, you got to be aware of your guy. It's one-on-one, and there's really no room for error versus, you know, if you're 5-on-5, maybe someone else can pick up your slack, but there's really no room for error here. And you know, a little side note, they're going to have to play another game in 4 hours. So not much break in between these two games, but obviously their focus is this game here. And we'll see who he starts with. You know, maybe Surma, Hoffer, and Mulvey.
As we just take a quick peek at the other game here in Group D happening right now, New Trier Blue and St. Ignatius. Well, St. Ignatius won that one 6-1, so they have 3 points in the bank. The Titans are going to have 1 guaranteed, but 2 if they can win this game.
Pajerski, Hoffer, and Mulvey.
Pajerski, Hoffer, and Mulvey. We've switched sides, of course. Period of the long change here in overtime. As the Huskies looking for a pretty big upset here. The Titans.
And Dylan, you got to figure that, you know, the Titans' 3 guys are better than OPRF's 3 guys. So, you know, on paper at least. So let's see what the Titans can do.
Here comes Blake Hoffer over the line, right wing side. Taken away by OPRF. Now Pajerski gets it back. Benji Pajerski below the line. Cuts up to the left circle, centers it. Mulvey, he scores! Ryan Mulvey gets the OT winner. And the Titans tie it up late and win the game. They'll take home 2 points here in the opener of the O'Grady Cup.
Yeah, Dylan, possession super key in overtime, and Pajerski, what a look there to Mulvey. Mulvey's got the whole net. Gilman actually almost able to get a glove on that one, but I mean, excellent patience there by Benji Pajerski. Mulvey able to bury that, and Titans are gonna get a win with this one, but 2 points in the standing as opposed to 3, so obviously each game from here on out is critical, and if you win on out, of course, you're gonna be the team to advance in the division.
All right, so the teams will shake hands at center ice. It's the first OT win for the Glenbrook South Titans so far this season. No better time to do it here in game number 1 of the O'Grady Cup. Like you said, David, this is game number 1 of a doubleheader for the Titans today. They'll play again at 4:10 p.m. against New Trier Blue at American Heartland Ice Arena. I will not be on the call for that one. You'll be, graced with the vocal stylings of Luke Jordan, but as I understand, David Ventura will be alongside Luke for that one.
I guess I will.
Yeah,
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right. Well, David, any final thoughts? I mean, this was a very interesting game, lots of twists and turns and storylines, but the Titans eventually come away 2-1 winners.
I mean, obviously the Titans would have liked to have, you know, gotten 3 points out of that one, but nevertheless, they escape with a win, and of course, they got their second game today, and that against New Trier Blue.
New Trier Blue.
New Trier Blue, so obviously a must-win for the Titans. And then they got to go on to Saturday and win that one too, and hopefully progress further in the O'Grady Cup.
All right, well, Gerard Boris was your technical engineer today. Joe Hoffer, not CSO, but was on scoreboard duty. That's David Ventura. I'm Dylan Ward saying thank you for waking up early with us. We hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and we hope this game made it just a little bit happier. We'll see you later today. 4:10 p.m. start. That is the scheduled start anyway. This tournament's been running a little late, so don't be surprised if we're not on at 4:10.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Luke Jordan and David Ventura will have the call for you on that one. I'll be back here in the booth tomorrow for the St. Ignatius game. Till then, everyone, have a great day.